Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to a new video and the start of a new series, if you like. If you haven't watched my previous videos, then surprise, I am expecting another baby. This will be our second child, and I thought what I'd love to do for other people out there that may be going through a similar thing, or for me to look back on, I thought I would post some like updates weekly on my pregnancy and just track any symptoms, any issues, cravings, do a little bump date. That's what I'm going to call it, a little bump date, like a little picture of my bump each time, and just see how things are progressing over time. If you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you would join me on this journey of welcoming our second little baby into the world, and also just following along with all my other content that I post usually anyway, which is cleaning, lifestyle and motherhood. So if you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up as well, it really helps me out. I'm pre-recording this, so I'm currently 4 weeks pregnant, or in 5 weeks. I'm going to talk about my 4th week because I've just entered the 5th week, and I'm probably going to post this maybe around between, I haven't properly decided yet, but anywhere between 10 and 12 weeks. I'll write in the description how far along I actually am, because I'm going to video this, edit it, and then wait to upload it until I feel ready. Because if you have had a baby, or I think it's quite common knowledge, but before the 12th week things can be a little bit risky, you know, with miscarriages and just problems. So I feel like it'd be a safe bet just to hold off posting and announcing it to too many people, just in case. And yeah, let's just see where this journey takes us. So I have wrote down a few things that I really wanted to talk about today. First off, bump dates, or you know, weekly updates on pregnancy. They helped me out so much when I was pregnant with George, which is my little boy. He is currently 3.5, he'll be 4 when this baby is due. So it's been like 4 years since I've done this, and even though 4 years isn't a long time, I feel like so much has actually changed over that time as well. So I found it really helpful following other people's journeys and, you know, finding out what other people are going through at the same kind of time as me. It just gives you a bit of reassurance that, you know, what you're going through is normal, and it's just great to, you know, watch other people go through something. So I thought I would film that too, seeing as I have my YouTube channel. I don't have a huge platform, but I do have people out there that I know that watch these videos. So if you are pregnant, first of all, congratulations. But yeah, let's just get into the video and just start talking. So I wrote down a sort of few notes here on my phone, just because I'm a bit of a waffler. You know, we're already like 3 minutes in and I feel like I haven't really said anything yet. But I thought I would just bullet point a few things throughout the week. So as I was explaining, this is week number, I'm 5 weeks today. I'm going to talk about my 4th week, okay? And then I'll do it like that going forward. So 5 weeks exactly today, or around about 5 weeks. I know it's not completely accurate until you've had your dating scan, but from when I had like my last period, it worked out to be 5 weeks today. I have taken so many pregnancy tests. So these are all the tests, although actually it's probably not that many. I'm sure people take far more than these do. Oh, this one's turned off. Oh no, what a pain. You know, the digital ones, it's switched off now. This one still says it, but I first took a pregnancy test then whilst I was at work in a disabled toilet, and I kind of left the test for a little bit because I was just in a hurry, I was at work, and then when I looked at it there was 2 lines, but I just wasn't sure if it was a indent line, whether it was, what do they call those lines, evaporation lines. I just wasn't entirely sure. I felt like I knew I was pregnant, but I just didn't know for certain. So I came home and I retook a couple more tests, which confirmed that we are pregnant. I'll link the video down below of me sort of retaking that test and finding out for sure that we was pregnant. So go check that out if you want to. But yeah, I've taken 5 tests all in all. This one that's turned off was the how many weeks one. That said 2 to 3, and then all of these are just quite strong lines. I don't know if you can see them. So how am I feeling? So emotionally, I'm really excited, I'm happy, I can't wait for George to have a sibling. Alongside all of that though, I'm just so nervous, I'm panicked, I'm worrying. Obviously, you know, the first 12 weeks or, you know, the first sort of 10 weeks-ish of a pregnancy are always worrying because anything can happen, and I just don't really want that to happen, you know, no one does, but it just gives you a bit of anxiety and a bit of worry. Any kind of feelings you have or pains or whatever, you know, us as humans, we automatically think the worst. But I'm trying to keep positive, trying to have positive thoughts. But I'm also really anxious because I don't know if you guys have watched my channel for a while, then you'll know this story, but George was born premature, and I feel like throughout this pregnancy, any kind of anything I get that happens to me that isn't quite right or normal, doesn't feel right, I'm probably going to worry and think that I'm going into preterm labour again. So that's one of my biggest anxieties I have told the midwife about, because I just feel like it's important for them to know that I'm probably going to be a little bit overcautious in this pregnancy, and I think I have the right to be, but I just really don't want that to happen again. So we'll just take each day as it comes. Let's talk about symptoms and things and cravings and just how I'm feeling in general, because that seems to be the more exciting thing that people talk about. So my symptoms so far then, the first symptom I had, and this was during the day at work, that's what led me to take a test, was I felt so dizzy all of the time, and lightheaded. I had eaten, and normally I do feel a bit lightheaded or dizzy when I haven't eaten, but I had, and I still felt really dizzy and off. So that's what made me originally take a test. And then also my boobs started to hurt. They were aching so much, they felt fuller, and I remember that being a symptom of when I was pregnant with George the first time. My boobs were so sore, but as I was saying in a previous video, Mother Nature has made pregnancy symptoms and period symptoms pretty much identical, so I felt like it was quite difficult to determine if I was pregnant or whether I was just waiting for my period to come. I have recently started having a little bit of nausea, so it's a week today actually that I found I was pregnant. First sort of few days I was absolutely fine, and then I would say maybe like 2 or 3 days ago the nausea really started, and it was there when I hadn't really eaten. I felt really sick, and then today's been the first time that I have been throwing up a lot, and it happened, it just hit me with a ton of bricks. Like, I didn't have morning sickness when I was pregnant with George, so I didn't really know how it felt or how it came about, but I was just in the shower, I was putting the shampoo in my hair, I had so many bubbles on top of my head, and then I had this like massive wave of I'm going to be sick, and I just didn't make it in time to get out to go to the toilet, so I ended up throwing up in the bath, or in the shower should I say. I wasn't lying in the bath and then threw up, I was stood up in the shower and threw up, and then I managed to get out and be sick into the toilet, and I just must have looked like such a mess because all the shampoo was like running into my face, and yeah, it was pretty traumatic. But yeah, and then, you know, throughout the day today I've been feeling pretty sick, been throwing up a few times, but I'm hoping that it's not going to be something that stays around for a really long time, because these people that suffer with you know, severe morning sickness, I don't know how they do it. I feel terrible for them, and I'm just hoping that my sickness will ease at some point. I've also had quite bad stomach cramps, and I know that's quite normal in pregnancy. Everything is moving around and getting into place. I also spoke to my midwife the other day, who called me after I did like the self-registration thing online, that because I had a C-section previously with George, it might mean that where my scar is, where I've got some scar tissue on my uterus, that might be where it's causing me a little bit more pain than perhaps it normally would. But she said just keep an eye on it. It's not excruciating pain, I'm still able to, you know, walk around and do things, but it is noticeably there. So just going to keep an eye on that, and I've got an early pregnancy unit number if I need it. I haven't had any bleeding or spotting, which is a really good sign. It's just a little bit of cramping, and I'm pretty sure it's everything probably just moving into place. I'm also really hungry all the time, you know, despite saying that I feel really sick, I'm also quite hungry, and then when I try and eat, that's when I realise I actually feel quite sick. So I'm just trying to take it easy, eat plain foods and not eat anything that's got like too much flavour that's going to cause me to vomit. I've also got a few appointments already booked in then. So like I said, before when I was pregnant with George, you used to go to your doctor and register your pregnancy with your doctor's surgery. Now you just have like an online referral form that you do yourself. You go through so many questions. It took me like 20 minutes to fill out. You can talk about all your previous pregnancies or births and just give them a little bit more information. And then the midwife called me 2 days later and she got me booked in for my first appointment, which is in a couple of weeks' time, the 8th of October. So I think when you guys are watching this, I would have already had that appointment, but that's just to take some bloods, urine tests, things like that, just to sort of get the ball rolling. And then she said my first scan will be between 11 and 14 weeks at some point there, which should then give us the estimated due date. I have told some people already. I have told my work just because of how faint I've been feeling, and if I did pass out at work I kind of want them to know why. So I've told work already, and I've just told close family and a few really close friends as well, and funnily enough going through quite a similar thing as well. So it's nice to sort of have people around you that you can talk to about how you're feeling. Obviously it's quite difficult having a little one already, so family have been great so far when I'm feeling a bit sicky, and they've been, you know, looking after George, which is really lovely of them and great. And the last thing, just before I show you my bump, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what like my plan was for YouTube and making some really cool pregnancy content. So like I said at the beginning, I will probably do a weekly video, or depending if things haven't really changed or there isn't too much to talk about in 1 week, maybe I'll like combine 2 or 3 weeks together, because I would like to get these up and posted between sort of 10 and 12 weeks. So when I hit 12 weeks, I can then start by posting those videos when I'm actually at that time, if that makes sense. So I might condense them down a little bit if I need to, or if there is something that's happened, then of course I will update you, absolutely. But I'm really excited to post things like scans, gender reveals, baby showers, a labour video. You know, birth videos made me feel so much more comfortable, confident, excited about having a baby and pushing it out of my lady exit, if you like. And although I didn't do that in the end, and I watched them from like 20 weeks onwards, seeing other people go through that made me feel really comfortable and calm in a weird, strange way. So I'm really excited to perhaps be able to film something like that as well, and just to help other people through it, absolutely. We have so much stuff already. It's all up on my wardrobes here. I don't know if you can't see, but I try and hide it in my cleaning videos because it just looks a mess. But I've already got like pram, bouncer. I kept everything from George. I'm such a hoarder, so I will probably at some point way down the line get everything out, clean everything, show you what I have, and then sort of reassess and see what we need to buy for baby. But I think that is really everything for this week. This was more sort of a week of, well, it's my first week really since finding out I'm pregnant. Baby is literally the size of a poppy seed or a sesame seed now at 5 weeks, but you know, it's tiny, it's smaller than my fingernail. I've got some crazy bloating, so what I'm going to do, I'm wearing a dress at the moment that doesn't, I'm not going to like lift up my dress and show you my legs. So I'm just going to quickly switch into some jogging bottoms, and then I will show you my my bump. I was going to say bump, it's not really a bump, it's a bloated bump. But yeah, I'll be 2 minutes, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm looking quite bloated, but this is my stomach now. This is week 5. It's a lot of bloat. Obviously there is no bump because the baby is the size of a sesame seed and nothing is going to cause this so far. I normally have quite a flat tummy, and this has sort of come out of nowhere. I know you can get quite bad like digestion problems during pregnancy and bloating and gas and whatever, so it's probably just a lot of bloat. And I've just eaten dinner as well. I had a huge bowl of pasta, which probably hasn't helped, but this is stomach, bump, baby, tummy, whatever you want to call it, for week 4 / going into 5. So guys, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed my first bump date. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're pregnant, comment down below. I would love to go on this journey with you, and congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Take care, bye.